Okay, here we go. 13. I'm drinking my iced tea because these are going on for a while.
Did you see that, Miss Guyger?
No, I did not.
What happened just outside your window? Let me play it again?
Yes, please.
Asked and answered, Your Honor. He asked her if she saw what happened. She said no. And then he asked her what happened outside the window.
I want you to look out the window of the car door when you get back in and shut the door. I mean, there is a reason why you went back into the car, isn't there?
I don't know.
Okay, look what's happening just to the left outside that window as you get in and shut the door.
See, he's trying to get her to make up something. He's trying to get her to think and fill in. Sometimes when you don't know an answer, they keep asking you, thinking, shit, I've already said I don't know 2 or 3 times. Maybe I better give him an answer or he's going to keep asking. That's why your lawyer objects to ask and answered. She already said she doesn't know. Move on.
Does that refresh your recollection of what was happening just outside your door?
No.
That's them carrying the dying body of both of Jean right past the car. Isn't that the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what made you get in the car was them bringing the body down and walking right past you. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Notice how he's long questions and only giving her short answers. That's how you get people to agree and admit to something that they normally wouldn't say. She's not testifying. She's answering yes and no questions to his testimony. And her attorney is not objecting.
All right, then. I'm going to watch it one more time. Mr. Jean is lying on a stretcher being carried by paramedics, right?
Yes, sir.
You can see what you've done. The second he's passed, what do you go do again?
I looked at my phone because I didn't want to see his body.
Oh my God. So she's just going to admit to, you know, I already said I didn't see him. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if he went by or not, if I saw him. I'm looking at the video now, and now I see that he was right there. But that night, I don't remember if I saw that or not. I was in such, you know, I don't remember. I'm sorry. If you're asking me what I see, yeah, what you're showing me is what I see. But I don't know if I saw the body that night being rolled by. What does she do? Yeah, I looked at my phone. So now he was just able to make a negative point with the jury that she's insensitive and she looked at the body and then immediately went back to her phone. Even though I do not think that's what happened in the least little bit. Because I've been around and I know. But the jury may not. And they may think, oh, we can't trust her, man. This DA is pretty good. He's really showing her true colors. This bullshit. That DA's a jerk. He ought to be prosecuted for freaking suborning perjury. She's out there. He's trying to get her to freaking lie, even though he knows it's a lie. Don't you see what happened? Don't you see? Look out that door. Look. Jesus, dude. Why don't you just tell her what you want to say, and then she'll say it.
Looks like you're starting to text somebody again, right?
I looked down at my phone. I don't know what I was doing. It's hard.
Do you see your thumbs moving?
See, I interrupt her. She was going to say it's hard, and he interrupted her. And did her attorney object? No. Why not? If you don't control him, he's going to get to run roughshod over your client. I can't believe there was no objections from her attorney.
Like
Yes, I do.
around?
I don't know what I'm looking at.
In reality, the only reason the DA wants to show this is he wants the jury to see the dead body. And he wants to say that a poor man was killed for no reason. That's all true. We got that. If that's your case, is to show him being rolled by a car, saying he was eating ice cream, and saying she texted somebody, that's your case for murder? Dude, you suck. not to put too fine a point on it.
Thank you, Ron. You also said, Ms. Guyger, that a day or so after this particular event, Your Honor, I now approach the bench just to make sure I
So what I think is happening here is he wants to make sure he's not violating some limiting motion. He's going to ask something, and he's going to ask the judge, I know you limited this, but I want to ask this, but I don't want you to think I'm trying to sneak something in. And the judge will say yes or no. But he's doing it before. And again, I told you, he wants to keep her on a stand as long as he can so he can attack, bash, and discredit her longer than her attorney was able to keep her on a stand and let her show who she was and ask his questions with her tempo. So it's all a game, and if the jurors don't understand that, they get lost in all this minutia and they give out bad rulings.
exhibits, may I at least ask her concerning the relationship after the 6th?
Yes.
Okay.
So see, the attorney, he was up at the bench and he could have asked that. He went away from the bench because he wanted the jury to hear it in case she said no. And he wanted the jury to hear it twice. Once when he said it to the judge to ask her, and now they're going to hear it again. These are all lawyer tricks to manipulate the jury.
So, Ms. Guyger, you also expressed to the jury that one of the reasons why you deleted all those texts and put them from that particular evening was because you felt ashamed about your relationship with Martin Rivera. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
But starting...
Notice he's testifying and saying, isn't that right? He's actually treating her as a hostile witness because her attorney is not objecting. And he's asking all closed-in questions to where she doesn't get to testify. All she gets to do is answer yes or no to his questions. And what he does is he gets these long, complex, long, convoluted questions that is BS at the beginning and just pushing his agenda. And then right at the end, he asks some simple little question that the answer is yes. And somebody that's not paying attention will hear that long question and think she's answering yes to everything, which is why they don't allow compound questions. You ask a question and you get an answer, and then you ask another question. And that's the way it's supposed to work if you have a lawyer protecting you. Maybe the lawyer wasn't protecting her on purpose, so he has a grounds for an appeal for, I still can't think of that damn term of incompetent counsel, but that's not the term I'm looking for.
Starting on September the 8th again, even though with all the texts that you deleted before that, on September the 8th, you're again sending flirtatious messages with him, sexually oriented messages back and forth with Martin Rivera. Again, are talking about getting drunk. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance. What does that have to do with whether or not my client acted reasonably and was in fear of her life when she used deadly force? Even if the judge rules against you, you get the jury to hear your objection, and you get out that she used reasonable force and was in fear of her life. The more times the jury hears that, the more likely they are to remember it. Man, come on, dude. Take this attorney out and give him a freaking 1-hour classroom on how to not let your DA run over your client.
So, I mean, how long does this remorse on your part of this feeling about that what you've been doing is wrong, how long did that last? A day or two?
It's lasted every day.
See how he said, how long did it last? And then he threw in a day or two? I'm surprised she didn't just go yes or no. But, you know, I mean, this is where a savvy person testifying will come back. It happened from the day we did it because I know it was wrong. And I shouldn't have done it. And I'm sorry that it had to come out and embarrass him and his wife and his kids and the department. But I can't change that. But me and him having that relationship has nothing to do with my actions when I thought I was entering my apartment and was fear of my life. Now you get it out again. And then you let him object. Your Honor, that was not responsive. She's testifying. She's asking, she's coming back with complex. I don't give a shit. Don't give me complex shit, and I won't make you look like a freaking idiot. But she's just letting this guy walk all over it, and her attorney isn't helping her. See, if an attorney can help his client, the attorney, when they object, they state their objection, and then that sends a clue to their client on what I want you to say. So the attorney could object and go, Your Honor, he's asking her about the text, which has nothing to do with whether or not that night she used deadly force and if it was reasonable. Now, the client knows where to stay focused on. I want you focused on the incident. Don't get caught up in his dog and pony show about text and ice cream.
So as this family is thinking about having to bury their son and their brother 2 days after the event,
Is that a question? You're asking, let me get this straight. You're asking me how the family feel. You want me to testify how the family feels about their son being killed by me. Is that really your question? I'd have interrupted him. And then he'd object and go, Your Honor, instruct the witness to wait till I'm finished the question before he answers.
You are already going back to talking about getting drunk and doing sexual things with Martin Rivera.
Yes, I did.
See, she didn't have to say yes. She could have said, do you want me, I'm not sure what the question is. Do you want me to answer about what the family's feeling? Or whether or not I was texting and shouldn't have been? Or whether or not there was a sexual thing? Because I'm confused. I'm not sure what exactly is the question. And then you make him repeat. If your attorney isn't going to make him ask specific questions, then you as a witness better protect yourself. Don't let government jump all over you like that.
Okay, let's talk about your 911 call.
Let's talk about. We ain't talking about nothing. You're asking me questions and I'm answering. That's what she needs to be thinking and keep focused in her mind. Do not get caught up in this relaxed atmosphere that, oh, isn't that nice? He wants to talk about something. Okay, I'll talk about with you, kind sir. Even though you're trying to send me to prison for 99 freaking years, I'm going to sit here and let you testify, and then I'm just going to answer yes or no to your questions while you hang me and send me a one-way ticket to freaking prison. Are you kidding me? Where's her freaking attorney? Where's her representation that's looking out for her interests and her rights? This is where I have a problem with her attorney.
Mr. Shook played again for the jury. That was about a 5-minute conversation, isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
And in that conversation, you made it very clear to the 911 call taker why you shot Mr. Jean.
Yes, sir.
You said, I shot a man thinking he was in my apartment.
I did say that.
You said that, right?
Yes, sir, I did say
okay.
that.
And then
See, he asked her that question twice and had her acknowledge it twice. He's getting her, he is programming. This is called conditioning when you're training animals. And if you're on my horse channel, you know I talk about a lot. Stimulus, response, reward. You have a stimulus and a response reward. He is using this on her. His stimulus is, I ask you a quick question, and the response is, you answer me, and the reward is, I move on to the next question. And so he's doing that, and he's literally, subliminally conditioning her to not think before she answers, to not question what she's saying, but just to respond immediately to his questions. And that's why if her attorney was objecting, he would break that fluid motion that the DA is trying to suck her into.
you, for 19, 20, or 21 times over the period of 5 minutes, you kept on repeating, I thought it was my apartment. I thought it was my apartment. So you had the time and the inclination and the desire.
Is that a question? It sounds like he's testifying. He just said what she said. Now, earlier, he objected when her attorney asked a question and said his testimony, and it was all sustained. So her attorney isn't objecting that, Your Honor. He's not asking a question. He just testified to facts in the record, and I'm not even sure if it's correct. I'm not even sure if she did say that 19 or 20 times. If he wants to make that point, he needs to play the tape. It's not his job to start quoting evidence for the jury. Make him look like shit in front of the jury. Stop him from doing that. And every time he looks like shit, he's like, I better be careful. I can't get away with that. The attorney's going to call me on it. And if the attorney doesn't call me on it, the damn witness is going to call me on it, and I'm going to look stupid. Attorneys don't like looking stupid. That's why I love playing with them when I'm on the stand, because they just hate it. Oh, shit, I'm at 15 minutes again. Damn. All right. We're going to make this, I think this is 13. We're going for 14.